Good day, everyone! Welcome once again to Groomer Class 101, still in collaboration with Miss Shai. So, good morning, everyone! Good afternoon, good evening. It depends on when you're going to watch this video. So, on this video, this is the last lesson that we're gonna discuss under the chapter 1, Understanding Art and Art Appreciation. So today, we're gonna talk about visual arts. So, increasing affluence during the second half of the 20th century has led to significant extra investment in what has become a major visual arts industry. In many European countries, their tertiary level art colleges now teach a huge range of subjects to hundreds of thousands of art students. Whole government departments with multi-million dollar budgets are now devoted to the promotion of visual arts, while even local government authorities maintain full-time arts officers to coordinate activities at local level. This structure is frequently augmented by the state-run agencies such as arts councils, whose role is to disperse the increasing number of grants, bursaries, residences, special stipends, and other types of financial support for visual artists. In addition, governments are becoming major art patrons by buying significant quantities of paintings, plastic art, and other works for public display. New methods of fundraising to support public art have been developed, such as the Percent for Art scheme in Ireland, and the recent cutbacks notwithstanding. All this demonstrates the enormous scale of the visual art industry in the 21st century. And even if many full time artists are still poor, this is mainly because their numbers have shot up significantly over the past few decades. Now, to deeply understand what visual art is, so we have here our definition. Visual arts are art forms that create works that are primarily visual in nature, such as ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, printmaking, design, crafts, photography, video and filmmaking, and architecture. So, visual arts, the definition should not be taken too strictly, as many artistic disciplines such as performing arts, conceptual art, textile arts also involve aspects of the visual arts as well as arts of other types. Also included within the visual arts are the applied arts, such as industrial design, graphic design, fashion design, interior design, and decorative art. So the current usage of the term visual arts includes fine art as well as the applied decorative arts and crafts. But was not always the case because before the arts and crafts movement in Britain and elsewhere at turn of the 20th century, the term artist was often restricted to a person working in the fine arts such as painting, sculpture, or printmaking, and not the handicraft or craft or applied art media. The distinction was emphasized by artists of the arts and crafts movement who valued vernacular art forms as much as high forms. Art schools made distinction between the fine arts and the crafts, maintaining that a craftsman could not be considered a practitioner of art. That was according to the study of Grau, year 2007. So, visual arts include the following. First, we have fine arts. So, fine arts refers to an art form practiced mainly for its aesthetic value and its beauty rather than its functional value. It is rooted in drawing and design based works such as painting, printmaking, and sculpture. The word applied art and crafts are also both traditional as utilitarian activities. And but other non-design based activities regarded as fine arts include photography and architecture, although the latter is best understood as an applied art. The area of fine art is constantly being extended to embrace new activities arising because of either new technology or artistic invention. The former is exemplified by acrylic painting as well as silk screen painting and gicle. What, how do we pronounce this one? Gicle prints, and the latter by the invention of mixed media artworks employing collage, decollage, photo montage, or found art. Because of this gradual widening process, it is almost impossible to define or fix a meaning of fine art. Okay, so it's a broad term. Fine art is a very broad term. Next, we have contemporary arts. The visual arts are also include a number of modern art forms such as assemblage, collage, mixed media, conceptual art, installation, happenings, and performance art, along with film-based disciplines such as photography, video art, and animation, or any combination thereof. This group of activities are also includes high-tech disciplines like computer graphics and vehicle paints. Another modern visual art is the new environmental or land art, which also includes transitory forms like ice, sculpture, and graffiti art. Those are also contemporary arts. Next, we have decorative arts and crafts. In addition to the general category of visual arts encompasses the number of decorative art disciplines and crafts, including ceramic and studio pottery, mosaic art, mobiles, tapestry, glass art, including stained glass, and others. Other. What are those other visual arts? Wider definitions of visual art sometimes include applied art areas such as graphic design, fashion design, and interior design. But there are also new types of body art, which may also fall under the general heading of visual art. This include tattoo art, face painting, and body painting. So there are a very wide range of visual arts. Therefore, it cannot be what to define as one because it has a very wide range of array visual arts. So let's move on to the philosophical perspective of arts. Philosophical perspective points to the nature of art, including such concepts as interpretation, representation, and expression and form. It is closely related to aesthetics, the philosophical study of beauty and taste. So, some of these philosophical perspectives are first we have here, according to Plato, art as mimesis. A mimesis is derived from the Greek word mimos, meaning to imitate. Mimesis is a critical and philosophical term that carries a wide range of meanings, which include imitation, representation, mimicry, um, imitation, receptivity, non-sensuous similarity, the act of resembling, the act of expression, and the presentation of the self. Mimesis was an idea that governed the creation of works of art in particular, with correspondence to the physical world understood as a model for beauty, truth, and the good. Plato contrasted mimesis or imitation with diegesis or narrative. After Plato, the meaning of mimesis eventually shifted toward a specifically literary function in ancient Greek society, and its use has changed and been reinterpreted many times since. So, according to Plato, All artistic creation is a form of imitation. Everything that you've created, it that is the reason is that you just imitated that one. That which really exists in the world of ideas is a type created by God. The concrete things man perceives in his existence are supernatural representations of this ideal type. Therefore, in his existence, in no, therefore in for example, the painter, the tragedian, and the musician are imitators of an imitation. Twice removed from the truth. Example, God created a bed, then the carpenter created a bed. The artist, in turn, painted a bed in his canvas. Therefore, the idea there is from the God who created the world of ideas, but the person or the artist just imitated from that certain idea. Okay, next, art as a representation. According to Aristotle, similar to Plato's writings about mimesis, Aristotle also defined mimesis as the perfection and imitation of nature. And art is not only imitation, but also the use of mathematical ideas and symmetry in the search of the perfect, the timeless, and the contrasting being with becoming. Okay, nature is full of changes, but art can also search for what is everlasting. That was according to Orbach 1953. And Aristotle's Poetics is often referred to as the counterpart to this Platonic conception of poetry, since we already know that Plato, uh, Aristotle is a student of Plato. Poetics is in his treatise on the subject of mimesis. Aristotle was not against literature as such. He stated that human beings are mimetic beings, feeling an urge to create text art that reflect and represent reality. Aristotle thought of drama as being an imitation of an action, and of tragedy as falling from a higher to a lower state, and so being removed to the less ideal situation in more tragic circumstances than before. He posited the characters in tragedy as being better than the average human being, and those of comedy as being worse. Number third one, art for art's sake, according to Kant. Okay, in the minds of the late 18th century and early 19th century philosophers, the role of art could nothing less than to create beauty. The beautiful for Immanuel Kant is that which without any concept is recognized as the object of necessary satisfaction. In other words, the appropriate uh, stance of the spectator perceiving beauty is one of indifference. This indifference does not imply, as it would in the contemporary sense today, that one is uninvolved. It simply means acknowledging that the beauty possessed by the object is necessary and that the agreement as to beauty would be universal. In contradiction, taste is always um, taste is always taste is always ordered upon indifference. So taste is always ordered upon indifference. But this indifference is also the key to recognition of the universality of beauty. But the status of aesthetic judgment is not empirical but logical. This is based upon the powers of human reason and rationality, which includes internal and external purposiveness or interest. Kant introduces purposiveness without a purpose, allowing the mind of the one who contemplates art freely to an unrestricted play of mental faculties. As Kant wrote in the Critic of Judgment, for judging of beautiful objects, as such, taste is requisite. When you are going to judge a certain object, you have this sense of taste. But for beautiful art, for the production of such objects, genius is requisite. In a very famous statement, he asserted that genius is the talent or the natural gift which gives the rule to art. So that's all for today. We'll just gonna continue this video. We're gonna provide another video as a continuation for the lesson 3 under the chapter 1. So thank you so much for watching. Please like if you like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.